welcome to another episode of the Oconnor Angle, and you join us after COVID, if that makes sense. This night fishing is back on, and before anyone asked, yes, we queued for 4 weeks. We got our 262nd choice of swim. Only kidding. The new lake for me and Dad. We're on a new Syndicate. It's a bit of a stopgap for me and Dad. Obviously with Cottington, the matches and the secret lake, of course. It was somewhere to go, wasn't it, mate?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. It's a lovely lake, it's well kept. It's still sort of looking its winter colours, isn't it? But shoots are coming out all over the place. So yeah, all we can do is have a go and see what we can catch, if we catch.
Yeah, that's the plan with that one. I mean, obviously, being a new lake, etc., where'd you start? Now, we got here I left my house at 4 o'clock this morning, so if I look a bit tired, that's the reason why. It took us an hour and a half to get here. Basically, we got here, obviously, rammed. You know, you expect that, you know, with the COVID carpers, etc. Now, we started off on the far side of the bank, which is obviously directly behind the camera. But we knew a few people were coming off, wasn't it? So we went for a wander, didn't we? And we were lucky, really, because there was a couple of swims that, you know, that we did like the look of, because you get given a map, etc., before joining. And well, what did the bloke have in here before you set up?
Yeah, I couldn't get in here until he left, and he had a 29 something, wasn't it? 29 and a quarter, 29 and a half. Common. It was beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And he said he'd been having liners all night. Yeah. And then you wasn't sure whether to go next door to me, left or right.
Yeah, no.
Right being on the point. And the guy on my right, he had a 28, was it?
Yeah, he had a 28. I believe the bloke to the left of you, he had a 28 as well, didn't he?
On the point. Yeah.
It was one of those. It was like, 'cause I was going to go on the actual main point, but then the bloke, he caught one. He was leaving before, because we've had to wait for the swims. Like, you know, Dad couldn't get into his swim till 2, which he's just got his rods out now. The bloke on the point, well, he's still here. He ain't going till 5. But the gentleman who's behind us, he went, and he'd also had a 22, hadn't he? So it was a case of like, right, I'm going to go in there, get set up and that, and that's what we've done. So, but there are nuisance fish in this lake, unfortunately. We have got a few tench and a few bream, and I've already had one of those on a chod rig. So, but we'll come more into rigs, etc. Like I say, this is totally new to me and Dad. We don't even know if they're good swims. Do you know what I mean? So but it's all part of unlocking that jigsaw puzzle, isn't it? You know,
right,
we think they're okay, and you've got to remember, obviously, it's COVID time as well, as they say, and take it from there. But I've got Ted with me. Obviously, the Syndicate allows that, and but yeah, so far impressive.
Yeah.
Like I say, we had our sea fish here this morning as well. We'll have that. So, like I say, let's just hope we get lucky.
It's looking quite good, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a lovely lake, though. Lovely, beautiful lake. They've obviously done a lot of work here. The guys that have bought the actual lake. The swims are all nice, and you can drive around to most of the swims.
That's a touch nowadays, isn't it?
Isn't
you know, it's to be able to drive to most of your pegs. I think you guys would agree. It's, you know, that's the way it should be in carp fishing now. The amount of gear we all take and that, just make it easy for everyone. These fish are easy. You can't drive here and you can't do that. Look, just why not? Come on.
Yeah.
You know, it's, you know, we take enough gear in that, and it's, you know, as you guys know, it's carp fishing ain't cheap, is it? You know, Syndicate Lakes, day tickets, whatever. You know, it all hurts the bank account, as we say, and just try and make it easy for the anglers, and your lakes will be rammed like this one. You know, so but yeah, there's some nice fish in there. Like I say, it is our first ever time here. I believe there's a couple of 40s in here, and there's a few 30s in there and 20s. I'd say it's more 20s and 30s, like. But yeah, I mean, I've enjoyed to be here, and it's nice to actually be out again.
Yeah, it is very good, very good.
But we'll come on, like I said, we'll come on the tactics, etc. A bit later on. But I'll quickly, I've gone on with a chod rig and just a standard bottom bait. I think Dad, you've gone on a couple of pop-ups, was it, or something?
2 pop-ups.
So it is one of those. It's what one's going to work. Like I say, I've had a bream on a chod, but the it's one of those, like I say, it's we could blank, then again we could tear it a new one, who knows. But we are, well, what is the date exactly now? The 2nd of April, is it? 3rd of April now? 2nd of April. So, yeah, we're just coming out of that winter period, so they're not woken up properly yet. But like I say, to see them 3 good fish this morning, 2 28s and a 29 was,
Yeah.
you know, it's very encouraging when you're going in after someone that's had that. So, but yeah, we've got 2 nights here, and this is the start of hopefully something a little bit special on the Syndicate lake, mate.
On the new Syndicate, yeah.
That's it, and we'll get back to you probably this evening, because I just want to get horizontal, if I'm honest with you. It's I'm absolutely knackered.
Yeah, I am.
So
Could do with some sleep.
I'm going to have a bit of shut eye for a couple of hours, but we'll come back to you this evening, and hopefully I'll get awoken by one.
Yeah. This is the view from my swim. Looks really nice. We've got some snags over the back there. We can't go to them though because there is swims left and right of them. Normally, apparently, there's lily pads. Quite a lot of lily pads in this bay. But yeah, it looks a picture. I'm very pleased with it. Ben's next door. We were lucky to get in these swims. But hopefully we'll be able to come back to you, show you some fish and show you what we caught them with. But yeah, the old sun's trying to get out and all. It looks really nice. We'll speak to you later anyway. This is the view from my bivvy. Looks really nice. Can't wait for the old rods to go off. Hopefully catch a nice fish for you. The sun is helping a bit, I suppose. But we'll see. We'll see.
Right, we're coming into that evening period now, and I think the time is probably around about 5, maybe half 5, something like that. Nothing as of yet. I've just redone my rods. I'll go through more spot-wise with you tomorrow when I can take the camera down into my swim. But I'm just going to go through baits with you quickly, because obviously the venue's new to me. Don't know, what works, what don't. It's part of that jigsaw puzzle, and I need to find out obviously ASAP. So basically what I've done is I've took 2 baits with me. I've got a fish meal bait, and then I've got a nut mix bait. So if I go through the nut mix bait first. Basically nut mix bait, and all I've done is just soak that right up. 14mm in size, and that's like my sweet bait, if that kind of makes sense. And yeah, that's my sweet bait, as you can see there. And yeah, basically all I've done with that is put a 4-bait stringer on, and I'm fishing over near the snags. Like I say, I will show you the snags later on tomorrow. But yeah, that's the left hand rod, and then I've put about 20 baits around it. Now obviously starting out on a venue like that, I don't know whether this bait is going to work or whether either of these will work. So like I say, it is trial and error, but that is on the left hand rod, that one. So I'll come over to the fish meal side of it now. Now this one, obviously a heck of a lot different, as you can see, a lot darker in colour. And again, it's trying to find out what they want. So if we start with the fish meal one, basically that's just a tuna boilie. And what I've done is that I've soaked that in GLM, green lip mussel, and I put a bit of green lip mussel powder on it. Again, I don't know whether it could be too early to be using this kind of bait yet, but to be fair, it was the one that I had the bream over. I mean, I did use a yellow pop-up on a choddy over it, and again, I've scattered 20 baits in the area. So I did see a bloke, obviously, who was in the swim before me. He was using boilies, and he did have 2. Obviously, I see one of them at 28. But the obviously, I don't know what he was using, but I see that they were boilies, so they're the 2 that I've gone in with. As you can see, they're really, really sticky where I've put lots of powder on them. Obviously, what I did was I soaked them up, and soaked them up for a good 24 hours. And then after that, I put a load of GLM on it as well, powder, and it makes them very sticky. You can't obviously put them out in the throwing stick sometimes. If you do, you need to add a lot more powder. But in a catapult situation, which we're using, it's absolutely fine. But yeah, you can see how sticky that they are. And basically all that goodness, that will just melt all around the boilie. So but that's what we're going for. So basically on my left hand rod, I've got a choddy on that rod, fishing with the fish meal boilies over the top, just to scatter in, say 20-25 boilies, but obviously no carp yet. And on the same one, that is just bottom bait. So like I say, it's just all about learning at this time, you know. So when you go onto your Syndicate lakes, we all get in the same boat, you know. Like a year later, what I'm using here, I could look back at it and think, why the bloody hell did I do that? You know, it could be something totally new, you know. But that's what we've gone in with tonight. I think Dad's gone in. I don't know whether he's gone in with the same or whatever he's doing. We'll have a look at his stuff tomorrow. And but yeah, as you can see, I'm wrapped up like an Eskimo. It's the temperature has really dropped. Just spoke to my missus and she said it's boiling hot. Oh, typical Essex, isn't it? Always lets you down. But no, like I say, I think we're going to have probably a bite to eat now, and hopefully we might see a couple, and hopefully one of these rods might rip off. But that's the 2 baits that I'm starting with. You know, like I say, we're here for the weekend, and let's hope that one of them produces, because otherwise I'm going to have to go back to the drawing board. Well, would you believe it? We had something to eat. We left it a couple of hours. We thought we'd give it a night. I've just literally got into bed to watch a little bit of YouTube, and I've had the shout. The old man's in. So let's see how big this one is and how we're getting on. So there he is. So it's giving him a bit of grief. So I think I might have to give him a hand and see how we're getting on. First one for Dad on the new Syndicate. So yeah, it's, looks like it's one of the stockies, but lovely. Did it rip off?
You're not going to believe it. I'll come out because it bleeds. This one bleeds.
Yeah.
I'll set and I'll do that one first. I'll pick the rod up. That's set anyway.
Oh, what, to get your hand? And here he is, one of the stockies of the lake, and yeah, I reckon probably around about the £15 mark, £16 mark, and yeah, cracking start for Dad. Like I say, we was just got into bed. I was just going to watch a bit of filming. If you stay there, Dad, that looks good. Stay there. And yeah, look at that, pristine common. The old man looks happy with that. You happy with that, Dad?
Yeah, well done. Well done.
So Dad will go through bait and etc with you tomorrow. But yeah, first blood, well, we're not even on the first night, and yeah, absolutely brilliant that. So just spin him round for us, Dad. Let's have a little look at the other side. Do you want to spin him round? Lovely condition fish, beautiful. I'm assuming it's probably one of the stockies that is new in the lake, and let's just get a little close on that. And yeah, look at that, looks beautiful, that pristine common. So yeah, Dad's off the mark, first one from the new Syndicate.
First one from lockdown.
Yeah, that's it, his first one as a COVID carper, as we all are now. But yeah, we'll go through his bait tactics and where he caught that one in the morning, because I'm absolutely freezing, so time to get it back, and a big well done to Dad.
I just caught this one. Don't know, it looks about 10-12 pound. But it'll do. It's another one for the list. Hopefully we'll get some more in the night.
Well, you join me at around about 2:30 in the morning, and got my first one, and it was £26.2, and I think it was 26.2, 26.3, something like that. And yeah, obviously there's a no sacking policy at our lake, so hence that I think Dad's done some filming already with one, and I'll lift this one up for you now.
Bit lively, isn't it?
Yeah, it gave me a good fight. Just don't like all the lights, does it?
Mm.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
There we go. There we go. I don't know what that looks like, but
Yeah, it's coming out fine.
£26 and 2 ounces. My first one from the Syndicate, and yeah, like I say, there is a no sacking policy, so you may be seeing a few more of these. I do apologise if it's not coming out that great. Dad said it looks okay, so. But yeah, over the bait, that one was on the nut mix one, down to the snags, and yeah, what an eventful night. So you know, I think there's 3 between us now, and this one being the biggest, so I won't bother spinning it around. Like I say, it is silly o'clock, as I would call it. But yeah, hopefully that looks alright.
Yeah, it looks fine. It's come out well.
£26 free mirror carp, lovely.
Oh, Ted.
Even Ted's bought us some luck, ain't you, mate, eh? Good old carp dog Ted.
Right, here's the rig that I'm using. Pretty basic. Me and Ben use these all the time. As you can see, we've got the clip on there that the pike anglers use, but we use the smaller ones. Makes it easiest for changing rigs instead of undoing all the knots and things like that. All we've got to do is unclip it, and it's free, and we can use it. Pretty bog standard with the clip and that for out there. So you know, we don't get into any fancy rigs and stuff like that, and we've caught loads of fish for years on bog standard rigs, and that's fine with me. This is the rig, the actual rig I'm using. It's got a bit of shrink tube on there to kink it round, and it's already got a shot on there because I've been using it. I'm now going to put a bait on there. I don't mind what size shot it is as long as it brings it down. Sometimes I'll put a small shot on there and let it sink very, very slowly. But in this case, it's just going to go straight to the bottom. But I've got some baits here, which what I do is I buy neutral, I say neutral flavoured boilies, pop-ups. Various companies do them. They're not flavoured. They've got no flavours on them whatsoever. And what I do is I flavour them up. These ones are particularly flavoured up with banana, but out of one pot, I don't know how many boilies or pop-ups you get in here, but out of one pot, I can make 3 or 4 different flavoured pop-ups. All I do is put strawberry with them, plum, in this case banana. So it's a good way, and a cheap way to be honest, of making up pots of pop-ups with different flavours. As I say, this is banana, this one. that. As I say, nothing fancy. Straight on there. Like that. Got a boilie stop. And in there. And that's it. That's your rig done. No sagas. That's it. But what I'll do on that, let's get my towel. Is I've got some boilies here, and these are fish meals. People get into the arguments of using fish meals and different baits in the winter, and they don't use fish meals in the winter. Some people probably got problems with it, but I've never had a problem. I will use a fish meal in winter or summer, but I know people do change fish meals summer, and fruit baits in the winter. But I don't get involved in all that. In goes four boilies into the webbing, the PVA. And we go around here. It's again pretty easy. You can make a few of these up. I do sometimes, especially if we're in matches. We can make up quite a big batch of them, so that we're not hanging around waiting for bags to be made up for casting. This PVA is Castaway, we use Castaway, but you can use any PVA. We find this one really good, so that's why we use it. Right, now it's just a question of hooking the bag on. I go through once, twist it round, and then hook it again, and it's fine, and it hangs down there like that.
Just get a close up on that.
And again, you can make up. If we're in matches, we can make up several of these with the hooks on and everything ready to go. And it's just a question of when you reel in, you take one off the clip and put one back on the clip. Rig ready to go. But with these boilies, these pop-ups, hunt around, and you know, different companies make them, they're pure white, and then you just put what flavour you want with them and just leave them. I've got tubs of them at home, and let's say this one's banana. But yeah, I'm very pleased with that, and that's what I'm using, and I've had 2 fish so far on our new Syndicate rate. So yeah, I'm happy with that.
Right, just got the rods back out on the money for Dad, and he's just going to bait up now. So what I'm going to do is just take the camera behind Dad, and you can see he's baiting up. You can see where the seagulls are and the 2 ducks, and that's whereabouts he's fishing to. So I can try and get a little zoom in on that. That's the snags that he's catching from over there. And right where them 2 ducks are, basically. It's just catapulting a few of the tuna boilies out. And yeah, there's one that's just landed. Let's see if I can get a bit of a zoom in on that snag actually while Dad's baiting up. There you go, look at that lot. That's where he's had the 2 bites from. You can see the boilies dropping in. There's another one should land soon. Yeah, Morty's hit the duck with that one, good shot. But yeah, as you can see, a lovely big overhang over there. And that's where he's had his both bites, so we'll just come back out. And there you go, and there he is. He's baiting up. That's it, but we'll just go over that way a bit more. That's where his left hand rod is. His right hand rod now is right in amongst that lot. basically in between the two bushes there's a little gap, and that's his new spot now. We see two fish bash out over near them, so gone long on that one. And again, same tactics. I think he's just using the yellow pop-up. He switched to both of them now, and over it's gone. So I think that one there though will definitely do a bite. As you can see, that duck coming over, the bait is roughly, come on, keep going duck, probably just to the left of that duck it is. Yeah, in and around where that duck is, so it's right on the money anyway. But yeah, that's where he's fishing to there. He's got his right hand rod there, and the left hand rod is obviously in amongst that lot there. And like I say, I think he will definitely get another one. It just looks a very, very good area. Obviously still being cold. I just don't think the fish are out in the open waters yet. They're still locked up in the snags. And as it's proved, because all three bites, two for Dad, one for me, have all come from the snags. We've had nothing from open water. So I'll leave it there. I'm going to do a little bit in my swim a bit later on. Like I say, it's I'm definitely going to move that one out in the middle, and I'm going to put a marker out, and I'm going to put some bait round it up against some snags again, and hopefully that will produce another one for me. So, but we'll leave it there, guys. Time for a bit of breakfast, and we'll catch up with you soon. Right, as you can see on the far side there, we've got an array of snags over there, overhangs, etc. And to be fair, this is the time when obviously you act on stuff that's happened before. Now, obviously the night before we had 3 fish, all 3 bites coming to snags. Now, the bite for me came down the right hand side, which we will film a bit later on with the snags, but opposite me, as you can see, there's a load of overhangs over there. So I've basically got the marker float up close and personal with them snags. I've got 3.5 foot of water around there, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go around the other side, I'm going to bait up around there, and then obviously I'm going to cast from here, leave the marker out so it just gives me a visual feature that but of a night time I know, obviously there's a football stadium there, there's some floodlights, so I know where to cast to. But yeah, 3.5 foot, what I'm going to do is bait into the snag and then bring the bait out to the marker so it draws them out as well for night time. Just gives me half a chance to get to the rod before we strike light, you know, before they get in there. But yeah, you can see the marker float, so and then I'm going to go through a rig, etc. with you now. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to go around and just put some bait out quickly, and then I'm going to show you the rig, etc. what I'm going to be doing. Right, well, you see I had the marker float out earlier, and obviously I'm still dressed like an Eskimo because it is absolutely freezing still. And where's the spring? I'm meant to be here, but she hasn't turned up yet. Anyway, the marker float is, as you see me casting tight to them snags as I'm looking at it now. I've just been round, I walked all the way round, and I've just put a load of bait out there. So I'm going to fish with the tuna over there. Dad's been catching on the tuna, he's been using yellow pop-ups. But obviously the freebies, they're obviously working now. I did have mine on the nut mix, and I'm going to stay with that on the right hand rod, but I'm going to try this tuna now. So obviously just doing a rig now to go over there. Obviously there's a leader bam on this lake, and so I'm going to put some tungsten tubing on, obviously, which is a great substitute, etc. If you can hear banging in the background, it's because Ted's getting on my nerves. So you going to sort yourself out, mate? Alright. It's a problem when you got a dog, isn't it? Right, let's get some tubing on them. Obviously me and Dad, we are sponsored anglers, and like I say, it's not necessarily about that, you know. I will tell you what we're using, but like I say, you can use whatever you want. So like I say, when leaders are banned, the old tungsten tubing, I mean, we used the Deception one, and that's like in a weed green colour. And like I say, I'm going to probably cut off a good foot. Probably a bit more about that, I reckon. Let's get rid of that. Right, basically, yeah. So I've done quite well on this. If you look on the previous videos on the Oconnor angle, you'll see me and Dad are, you know, I've been using it quite a bit because, you know, as you guys know, there's a lot of venues now where you can't use lead core. Ted, you're going to break me rod, mate. You got to go over there. Right. Apologies about that. That's what happens when you got a dog. He thinks it's a bit of food. Right, so obviously I've got 21 pound fluorocarbon on. To be fair, I thought I'd try that on my first trip, but when I come again next time, I'm going to bring me big guns, as I call it, and I'm going to use 21 pound actual mono, and I'll go into the reason being. Right, that's threaded through there, as you can see with the Deception one. Thread's quite easy, not like some of the tungsten ones, but if you cut the main line at an angle, so it's like at a point, you'll find it goes through quite easily, I think. I mean, some people, they say put it in oil and do this and blow down it. Just cut the line at an angle, and so it's like an arrow as such, and yeah, as you can see, straight out of the pack, just gone straight through, no problem. So right, I'm going to get a clip on this. Let's have a look what we got. Here we go. Right, and all we're going to do, I'm just going to put one of the Deception leg clips on. Like I say, it's not a plug, boys. If you want to use whoever's, you crack on, like, you know. Like I say, we've all got our favourites, etc. And this is mine. Like I say, I already have them all ready to go in me little boxes and that. No need for too much packaging. It's just clogs your box up, doesn't it, you know. Alright, that's the clip on. So I'll get myself a swivel. Which is in that one. So yeah, I mean, when it comes to the rig side itself, it's not a, you know, me and Dad are really, we've never been into you know, all this latest fashion rigs, etc. And if it ain't broken, don't fix it. And that's the way. Yeah, that's one time. Yeah, that's the way me and Dad fish. You know, it's a bit of an old school way, I would say. But like I say, if it lasted for as long as it has, with me and Dad, you know, winning a lot of titles, you know, not even about the titles, catching a lot of big carp, 30 and 40 pound carp throughout the world, let alone in England. And what's the point of sort of changing it? I don't get these anglers, you know, a new rig comes out and everyone's got to get on it, but you was catching before. So I could understand trying it maybe on one rod, but let's put it this way, when you go to a lake now, I can guarantee 90% of them people, they got 3 rods out, and I guarantee that there's 3 Ronnies in them all. Just be a bit different, lads. Go back to the old school, you'll be, you know, quite surprised. But yeah, there it is. That's the tubing all broken down as such. I don't know if Dad can get a little zoom in on that. 21 pound mono, fluorocarbon, sorry. Bit of tungsten. Obviously I'm going to push it all together, but I've just done that for the camera purposes. And there it is. So I've got a weed green tungsten tubing and a brown lead clip, and the reason why I use that is just a bit of confusion for the carp, you know, it's just different colours, all dark colours, but yeah, that's pretty much it. And then you just put it all together, which is very, very easy. So we put the tail rubber into the tubing, which absolutely fits snug like so. I'm then gonna, do you mind, mate?
You know why?
Do you mind? Right, he's got to go. Get out of it.
Ted, come here.
That's the problem with it. He thinks it's food. Bless him. And then obviously, just put the swivel into the clip, which just pops in like so. Excuse me. And then all I'm going to do on that is just put a 3 ounce lead on that, which I'll do now. And that is pretty much the rig itself. Very simple, very basic. Like I say, it catches carp all around the world, and all I'm going to do now is punch this over to that marker float, which is on the far side. It's exactly the same as what I've got on my right hand rod. I mean, Dad's not using tubing, but I am. And like I say, it's all working at the moment. So considering it's our first night, they're the rigs. I think the bait is actually working as well, and yeah, we'll go from there. So, like I say, it's if we catch any more, we'll come straight back to you. But pretty basic carp setups. Well, all the rods are out now. They're all ready to rock and roll. There's the bad boys just there. And it nice, eh? To have a few rods out. So, officially a COVID carper, as they would say. But yeah, obviously we're in my swim now, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to fan up. And you can see, obviously, that's where I'm fishing in amongst. I'll just zoom in for you guys. In amongst that lot over there. There's a tree just there. I've got one just in front of that, as you see, with the marker. And the fish just seem to be coming out on the snags at the moment. So there hasn't been many caught by anyone else. And I don't know if it's just skill or whether luck. But yeah, we've had 3. So what I'll do is I'll just fan around a bit more. If I zoom out a little bit. There we go. Basically down in this corner here, this is where I had the 26 from. So if I zoom in, can you see basically right in between them 2 bushes, obviously there's a cove there. Again, only a couple of foot, it's not mega deep. I think it was 2.5 foot when I got the marker in there, and that's where we had that one last night. So even in, you know, real freezing conditions, that fish was still willing to get in 2.5 foot of water. But I think a lot of it's just due to them snags down there. And the good thing about this swim is if I come out, there's no actual pegs down this bit at all. So basically the next peg is round where that swan is, but obviously there's no one fishing there, hence why I can fish over to that lot. If someone was in there, obviously I'd just pull my lines back, because it would be 1, well out of order, and 2, it's not my water. But while there's no one there, and who would have thought, eh? I think many people at the moment that could turn around and say they basically got 2 swims to fish in, especially being beginning of April. I expect there's lots of people fighting just to get 10 yards of water at the moment. But yeah, like I say, there's the lake itself. Beautiful lake, and I'm just at one end of it. And there's got plenty of overhangs and plenty of snags. Like I say, it's not deep, excuse me, but that's where we're fishing to. So like I say, that's where I had the 26 down there. And obviously I've moved that left hand, well the left hand rod was in the middle, but I've pushed it right over to them snags over there now. So yep, there it is, it's all to play for. 3 fish, we've got a 12, a 16 and a lovely 26. So hopefully it won't be long before one of them rips off again. So oh, there you go, look at that, a few bleeps on camera. Left hand rod, go on in my son. I've never had, oh no, tell a lie, we had a live take at Cottington, didn't we? That was best. So be nice to get one on the Syndicate. Let's see what Ted's doing. Got the kettle steaming. There he is, bless him. Look at him. I better sort that kettle out. Look at him. Hard life, isn't it, mate? Yeah. He was really excited to go. Looks like he can't wait to get home now, look. Love him. Carp dog Ted. Sides of him, mate. He ain't on the pellets no more. He's on the boilies. Anyway, people, I'll leave it there, and hopefully I'll catch one more, but I might even join him and try and get my bed chair back. Oh no, no chance, look, ta-da. Right, we'll leave it there, chaps. Right, as you can see, the old man's got another one on. And first light, well I say first light, around 7 o'clock-ish, 7:30. And he's got another one on, so very quiet yesterday evening. And yeah, he's got another one on. Did go very quiet though.
But we'll come more into depth with that in a minute. So, I'll grab the net for the old man. There we go. Oh, camera's gone for a Houdini. Just sort the camera out, boys. There we go, we're in. Give them a bit of a battle. Yeah. But yeah, very quiet in the night. Too quiet, so we'll just concentrate on this one for the moment. And then we can sit down and have a proper chat. What's going on? Come on, mate, it's all right. Livened up a bit, mate, yeah? Let's come in. I'll net this for Dad in a sec. See what we do. We'll put the tripod back there for you guys. And there you go. Where them snags are, mate, isn't it? Giving you a good bow. Giving Dad a good row anyway. So, but yeah, very quiet in the night. Very quiet. In fact, it was too quiet. And just laying there having a fag, and Dad gave me a shout, and he's in. So, number 3 for Dad. Can put this one in. There we go, it's on fire. So get him unhooked, get him weighed, and then Dad can hold his prize up for you guys. Called him now.
That's the rules.
Right, You should just see Dad doing battle with that common. It's just weighed it up, £27. And the length of this fish is unreal. Just let me zoom right in for you guys. And there you go.
I'm well pleased with that.
Yeah, £27 on the money for Dad. What an absolute lovely fish. And gave you a right round, mate, didn't it?
Yeah, right round. Fought well.
Stay there. Stay there a sec. Just want to come in a bit more on that. As you can see, guys, it's absolutely immaculate common from the new Syndicate lake. Just get a front view of it on Dad. And yeah, look at that. Lovely fish, that. Yeah. You can see why it gave you a good round, mate.
It's a long one, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a proper long fish. You want to spin it round for us, mate? Let's have a quick look at the other side. So it's a long fish, that one. Okay. There he goes. Just zoom in a bit for you guys. Lift his tail up a little bit, mate. But yeah, absolutely beautiful fish, that. Absolutely immaculate.
That's a thumb hurts, doesn't it?
Yeah, but yeah, there we go. Absolutely beautiful fish, that one. £27. You can lift him once more for us, mate, yeah? There we go. On the money, as they say. But yeah, look at that. Spot on, that. Yeah, mate, lovely. Well done. He's had 3 now. So, like I say, we'll go more into detail in a minute. We'll sit down, have a coffee and a chat with you guys. But yeah, number 3 for Dad. Happy?
Yep, we're happy.
So let's get him back then.
Right, it's going back. Ben's doing the honours.
That fish is so long, isn't it?
It's a long one, isn't it? Real long.
If that gets a belly on it, Jesus, that would be, that could easily be a mid-30. Easy. Well, I think how big this fish could be if it got a gut on it. But there you go, £27 Dad. Let's get it back. Beautiful fish. Lovely. Shut up. Would you Adam and Eve it? We're just sitting there having a cup of coffee. Flipped the rod back out. But it was the other one this time, the right hand rod. Literally only been 20 minutes. And the old man's away again. He certainly found the winning tactic. And yeah, he is away. So what I'll do is, I think I'll set the camera back here. Hopefully Ted the dog won't knock it all over. What I'm going to just adjust the tripod, so bear with me a sec. And we'll go from there. But yeah, basically he's the rod's just ripped off. As you can see, as I'm adjusting all the tripod, he's away. Oh man, he's in the zone, as they say. But yeah, the one of those. He's obviously found what works, so I'm going to leave it like that. That's the best we're going to get, I think, with it. So enjoy the fight, guys.
Right, let's put the net back up.
Stay there, Ted.
Another long one. Yeah, he's on fire. I say, we're just sitting there.
Ghosty one, this one.
And gone again, the right hand rod. So get him unhooked, weighed up, and then we can have a real good look at him. But yeah, pucker. That's not a good mood with you coffees over there.
And there we go. I'm just going to zoom in right on that fish. Let's get right in on her.
Ted, go away.
And yeah, there we go. Look at that. 24 £8. And yeah, lovely, absolutely lovely fish that is. As you can see, little Ted's trying to get involved there. Look, he wants a little snog with it. But yeah, no, beautiful. He's on fire at the moment. Like I say, that was literally what, 15 minutes, mate?
Yeah.
So but yeah, no, absolutely cracking commons in this lake. Real good commons. It's just come in a little bit on that fish. But yeah, no, that's a real nice one, that, mate. Beautiful.
Ghosty, that one.
Yeah, it's a bit lighter than the other one. But yeah, just come round that way. But yeah, no, absolutely immaculate, that. Beautiful fish. It's 4 fish now for Dad. I've had 1. He's getting jealous because he don't like it. The granddad's lifting it up. So yeah, all in all, great, mate. So yeah, well done on that one, mate. Let's get that one back. Or do you want to spin him round to have a little look the other side? But yeah, beautiful fish in this place. Another lovely common. Let's just come in on that. And yeah, absolutely stunning there, mate. Proper long in this lake, aren't they? Yeah. Very long fish. But Dad's tactics really working now, so get on the bananas, as they would say. Yep. So, but right, okay, we'll get this fish back. Lovely.
Right, Ben's putting it back.
Yeah, it's a lot lighter, this one. Ghosty in it, I think, this one. There we go. Very long fish in here, though. Yes. A bit of a soak up. Come on in, mate. I think he wants to stay with you, mate.
Yeah, he can stay there.
Come on then, mate. I think he's happy.
Yeah.
He's a right miserable old git. Yeah, he got the right arm, him. He didn't like that. There he goes.
That's gone.
Right, we've just come into the end of the trip now, and it's probably about, I don't know, an hour to go, so I've got to get home early. Going to go and have a bit of dinner with my missus and their side of the family, so it'll be nice. You've done alright, mate, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm well pleased. I've had 4. I had 2 this morning within, I don't know, an hour of each other. 27, 24, lovely fish. Mine have all been commons, and Ben's had a mirror. But yeah, can't wait to get back. Perhaps try a different swim, I don't know. We're learning tactics on here, and obviously what I'm doing is proving okay, so we'll build on that. And I reckon within a few visits we will have it cracked, hopefully.
It's been an interesting one. I mean, like, Dad's used more pop-ups, I've used more bottom baits. and the pop-ups have worked with
Yeah,
me. I mean,
yeah.
Dad's had 4 with it, and like I say, all on the banana pop-ups and that. I've been using more of a nut mix bottom bait. Did try a tuna one as well. But yeah, I mean, I don't know if it's the pop-ups, that's where they want to be or what, but the way I look at it, 5 fish on your first time at a new lake.
It's right.
You know, it's 4 for Dad, 1 for me. Like I say, mine was on a bottom bait. But no, fantastic trip, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm
Really
well
good.
pleased with it, and lovely place. And I bet it looks a picture, this place in the summer. At the moment, it's still got its winter colours, but there's green shoots popping up everywhere. So hopefully, it's going to be a lot better.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Like I say, I don't know when we're next going to be here. It's got a few things coming up soon. So the Elite's coming up. Obviously, we got matches coming up. I'm going to be going to the Secret Lake with Faye. And to be honest with you, I've got loads of work as well that I need to do as well. So it's going to be interesting. But like Dad said, I think next time we come, when we do make another video, etc., it's going to be a total different lake. Pads are going to be up, reeds are going to be up, the overhangs are going to be more. So, and we certainly ain't going to be dressed up like Eskimos as well. So it'd be nice to put a pair of shorts on. So
For you guys.
yeah. But no, a great trip. I'll run through the fish quickly. I mean, obviously, we estimated 2 of them. One was about £12, the other one was about 16, but we've had a 24.5, a 26 and a 27. So, yeah, absolutely over the moon with that. I think Ted's ready to go. Are you ready to go, mate? Are you ready to go?
We won't sit on our laurels though. Next time we come, I'll definitely have one out on banana, but I want to try some other bait, so I will go out with something else on the other rod. You've got to do this just to try and see what's good and what's not good, so that's how I will play it anyway.
Yeah. Well, I think that's it. I think it's time for the pack down now, but to be fair, considering that everyone's been trying to get a swim, and I could just imagine how manic it's been this weekend, being the first weekend back. Pretty much had the lake to ourselves, so we've done alright actually. We've done alright. Friday night it was rammed, everyone disappeared Saturday, and to be honest with you, I could have cast rods anywhere that we wanted, which was nice. So we weren't in the rat race as such, but that's it for another edition of the O'Connor Angle. And if you haven't subscribe to the channel. Like I say, there's going to be lots of content on it, and lots from the Elite as well. So if you're interested in that, it's well worth subscribing to watch it. And like I say, there'll be loads from Cottington, the Secret Lake, from the Syndicate, matches, you name it, it's on there. Banter as well. So, but yep. Until next time, mate.
Yep, till next time.
Until next time, Ted. Yep, we'll say bye-bye.
Ta-da.
Ta-da. Ta-da.
See you later.